We're coming near the end of our series, Reformation and Revival. Today we're switching gears a little bit. We're going to be taking a look at Wesley and Men Who Followed by Ian Murray. This is a 263-page book. This book discusses solely the Methodist revivals, both during the Great Awakening and after. One of the reasons looking at the Methodists is important in our understanding of revival is that despite what we may disagree with, they did pray greatly for revival. As he says on page 10, if Wesley was now a different preacher, the change in his private life was no less. Prayer took on a new meaning. I began, he says, to pray with all my might. The end of the year 1738 was marked by unforgettable prayer meetings. Murray is also very fair in telling us the stories without shying away from the gross realities. Even with Wesley's good thoughts, there are some very concerning things about him and his beliefs. If Wesley was so wrong in certain areas, some might ask, why even read him? Because God uses faulted people. And it's not just for one purpose, as Murray points out here. God uses people in different ways, in different purposes. And so here we need to see Wesley as an instrument of God's providence in revival. This book is also a great introduction to the history of the time and gives great context to our understanding of who Wesley was and a lot of context for the men who followed. Page 36. The two issues most in controversy at the beginning of the evangelical revival were first, how one becomes a Christian, and second, what is the evidence that a Christian profession is real? How do you know if a Christian is real? And then another one on page 37, God works through human means and even in a revival. Sometimes more so in revival. To err is human. Murray here again pointing out that God works through the faults and fallenness of humans. Another on page 90, the spreading of books is always a means of increasing the awakening in any place. It cannot be that the people should grow in grace unless they give themselves to reading. A reading people will always be a knowing people. To close out this review, one more quote here from page 176 and 177. This is talking about Thomas Chalmers, who was the teacher of Horatius Bonner and Robert Murray McCheyne. You have your sweetheart, and I have my sweetheart. I think I could show you that I am theoretically right, but I am sure that you are not practically wrong. Fare you well, and God Almighty bless you. And I think this is so important. Chalmers is talking about theology here. You have your views and I have mine. I could probably show you that theoretically you're wrong, but you're doing great good. God is working through you. Practically speaking, things are well with you. So God Almighty bless you. Fare you well.